Hikers, we're back and ready to take another journey on the Underground Railroad. Now, just a reminder from last lesson, they used that terminology because the railroad was just beginning in this country, and railroads transported people from one place to another. And so it was an easy way to sort of disguise what they were doing. Underground, of course, meaning secret. Now, how did this work? Well, I want to show you first a map. And these showed escape routes from the deep south here. The red are the slave states. The green are considered border states. They were neither slave states nor free states. They tried to remain neutral. And then here, the purple were the free states. And as you can see, there were many different pathways to getting to freedom. Some people were lucky enough even to be able to hide on ships, which was actually one of the safest and quickest methods of escape. But the Underground Railroad had been operating actually as far back as George Washington. He actually complained that one of his slaves had escaped and vanished, and nobody knew where. The first mention of the Underground Railroad was actually in 1831 in Kentucky, when a man claimed that one of his slaves had been carried off by some underground railroad. Now, how it worked. There was a whole network of people who believed that slavery was wrong, and they wanted to help end it. They wanted to do what they could to support freeing these souls. And so there was a network of what we call safe houses. If you can look at this with these little squares, these were all different safe houses that had agreed to feed and clothe escaping slaves and also allow them to rest. Now, one conductor might start down here at this house and take his group of slaves maybe 10 to 20 miles. That's the most they traveled in a single night. And then they would maybe go over to here, and then they might go up to here. And if you notice, they did not travel in a straight line. Why? Because it was predictable. The bounty hunters who were out to try and catch runaway slaves would imagine that they would probably go the quickest, straightest route. But if you zigzagged, it became unpredictable. Another conductor might be starting down here and might go over to here and here. And sometimes if there were bounty hunters operating in this area, they might actually have to backtrack a little bit before they could then go up and then continue their journey. Another group of slaves might start here. They might go here, up to here, over. They might even crisscross to go over here and up here. Now, how did they know where to go? That was the job of agents. Agents were constantly carrying messages to the conductors and telling them where they should go. Where was it safe to travel? Where was a safe house that was ready, that was not being watched, and so forth. The other reason that they zigzagged, not just because it was predictable, but because Africans believed evil traveled in a straight line. And yes, those bounty hunters were extremely evil, so yeah, they would have traveled in a straight line. So again, by zigzagging and changing all the routes and not using the same path twice, you were not easily discovered. It was a better chance at escape. Now, what are the songs, again, that helped them, that gave information, that talked about escaping, that gave them hope and courage, was this one called Let Me Fly, which you have in your materials. And Let Me Fly starts with a rhythm. So I'm going to ask you a question, boys and girls. And just count on your fingers. I'm going to name several different types of music that we enjoyed today. If you like it, count it, okay? How many of you like rock and roll? rhythm and blues, jazz, hard rock, hip hop, alternative. How many of you like pop? How many of you like rap? How many of you have ever heard of or listened to beatboxing? Well, all of those musical forms that I just named grew out of the songs of the escaping slaves. Came from those beautiful African melodies and those amazing African rhythms. Because if we hadn't had this, you might all be singing opera today. But again, I want to make the point that no group of people should ever have to suffer the horrors and the terrible treatment that these people did on their journeys and during their lives. But let's turn our attention to Let Me Fly, which is loaded with secret messages. Now, if you think that beatboxing is something new, slaves invented it. They figured out how to use their feet, their legs, their clapping, their chests, all sorts of different rhythms to keep their rhythms. And so we're going to start with the rhythm at the beginning of the song. We have 4 beats in each measure, so if you just watch me, I'll teach this to you. For the first 2, it's beats 1, 2. So would you do me a favor, and would you just clap those? 1, 2. Good. Let's do it again. 1, 2. The third beat is a rest. So we have silence on that. So it's 1, 2, and the last note, another quarter note. We clap it, 4. So I'm going to play that on the piano while you clap it. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 4. Good. Okay. Next measure, pretty simple. Same beginning, 1, 2. Now this little guy that looks like a 7 with a big nose is an 8th rest. We learned about these before. It starts beat 3, but this note, an 8th note, takes the second part of that third beat. So we call it and the last note is back to a quarter note. So for the last measure, it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Try it again, clap it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Let's do the whole rhythm now. I will hold it up for you and see if you can clap the whole thing from the beginning, counting out loud. I'm going to tap my leg as we do it. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Try it one more time. Here we go. And ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, when the spiritual was performed, you could clap that, you could stomp it, you could pat it, you could beat it on your chest, you could do all sorts of varieties with it. So pick one, whatever style you happen to like, and I'm going to teach you the first couple lines of the song. And by the way, don't be surprised if you hear some familiar phrases that we ran into with Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. After all, these songs all had a purpose, and that was to give directions for escape and warnings on the Underground Railroad. So here we go. First phrase. Way down yonder in the middle of the field. Your turn. Way down yonder in the middle of the field. Second line. Angel working on the chariot wheel. Angel working on the chariot wheel. Next one. Not so particular about working at the wheel. Your turn. Not so particular about working at the wheel. My turn. But I just want to see how the chariot feels. But I just want to see how the chariot feels. Good, let's try that together from the beginning. This is a very lively spiritual, so here we go. 2, ready, go. Way down yonder in the middle of the field. one more time, but this time we're going to start with the clapping. So take a look. Actually, if you want to copy this down on your music, it might make it easier for you. I'll wait. It's right up at the beginning of the music, if that makes it easier for you to count it and clap it. All right, let's try it from the very beginning with the rhythm. And we actually clap that rhythm twice. So we're gonna do it 2 times. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And sing. Way down yonder in the middle of the field, angel working on the chariot wheel. Not so particular about working at the wheel, but I just want to see how the chariot feels. Good job, everybody. Okay, obviously we all know that that is the verse. That is telling a story. And it's telling a story about in the middle of the field, there's an angel working on a chariot wheel. Let's take our secret codes for Let Me Fly. Who would be the angel using the code of the slaves? Remember Swing Low Sweet Chariot? A band of angels coming after me. Yep. The angel working on the chariot wheel would be a conductor of the Underground Railroad. And that conductor would be teaching the song, teaching the slaves, the trusted ones, getting them ready for this journey. So if you can write that over here, conductor on the Underground Railroad. The next phrase, not so particular about working on the wheel. I don't really want to be a conductor, which is what it means over here. Don't want to be a conductor, but I just want to see how the chariot feels. Now again, on the surface, the chariot was that wagon and that was carrying them up to heaven. But the chariot, this person is saying, I want to travel on the Underground Railroad. I want to go there. So just to repeat, the angel working on the chariot wheel, that was a conductor, a leader of the Underground Railroad. Not so particular about working on the wheel. I don't want to be a conductor myself. I just want to see how the chariot feels. I want the chance to escape on the Underground Railroad. I want out of here. All right, now let's take a look at the refrain. And we said before that the refrain is the part of the song that repeats. It uses the same lyrics and melody each time. In the songster shouters world, where I would be the songster because I knew the song and you would be the shouters, this is really the first part you'd learn. And it actually has a built-in echo. So I'm going to be the shouter first and sing, now let me fly. And you're going to echo it as the shouters. Now let me fly. So let's try it. I'm going to start. Now let me fly. Go. Now let me fly. Next one's different. Here I go first. Now let me fly. Now let me fly. Great. And then we join forces for the rest of the refrain. Let's just try that together. I'm going first. Now let me fly. Now let me fly. Now let me fly. Now let me fly. Great. And then the next part. Now let me fly into Mount Zion, Lord, Lord. Can you do that with me? Now let me fly into Mount Zion, Lord, Lord. One more time. Now let me fly into Mount Zion, Lord, Lord. translation of those lyrics. Let me fly up to Mount Zion. Mount Zion was a hill in Jerusalem. It was also known as the Promised Land. So again, for the slaves, they wanted to fly, they wanted to travel, and what was their Promised Land? I hope you said the Free States, even Canada. That's where they want to go. Because to them, that would be a sacred place where they could finally be free. So, flying up to Mount Zion, going to freedom, getting to that promised land where you could be free. Okay, can we do the whole thing now from the beginning, and then we'll do the next verses. So we're clapping it. Remember, we clap that rhythm 2 times. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sing with me. Way down yonder in the middle of the field, angel working on the chariot wheel. Not so particular about working at the wheel, but I just want to know how the chariot feels. Now let me fly. Now let me fly. Now let me fly. Together. Now let me fly into Mount Zion, Lord, Lord. Next verse. Sing after me. We don't have to clap again. We just do the verses. I got a mother in the promised land. Your turn. I got a mother in the promised land. My turn. Ain't gonna stop till I shake her hand. Ain't gonna stop till I shake her hand. My turn. Not so particular about shaking her hand. Not so particular about shaking her hand. But I just want to go up to the promised land. But I just want to go up to the promised land. Good job. All right, so let's put that together, and then we'll decipher the code. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, sing. I got a mother in the promised land. Ain't gonna stop till I shake her hand. Not so particular about shaking her hand, but I just want to go up to the promised land. Refrain. So let me fly.
So let me fly.
Now let me fly.
Now let me fly.
Together.
Now let me fly into Mount Zion, Lord, Lord.
Okay, let's look at that chart. On the surface level, I got a mother in the promised land. It seems like, okay, my mother died and went to heaven, right? But what it means is I have a mother, sister, aunt, cousin, friend, somebody who's already up in that freedom place. Somebody I know is already made it to freedom. Not so particular about shaking her hand. It's not that I literally want to shake her hand. I just want to get there. I just want to go up to the promised land. Now again, the slave owners hearing this thought, oh, they're singing about going to heaven. Isn't that nice? They were singing about escaping to freedom in the northern states or even as far up as Canada. So you can fill that in on your chart. Now, not everybody got a chance to travel on the Underground Railroad because it was risky. The conductors were very good judges of character, and they would only pick the people they felt they could trust. Remember, over 100,000 slaves escaped on this Underground Railroad, and nobody was ever caught. Why? Because part of your promise was that you would never tell the stories or the codes because you could die. Parents who were taking their children with them would tell them, Don't tell the secrets or we'll die. Imagine being a kid and hearing that and really taking it to heart that your life depended on the secrets and keeping them. But there were some people who had a feeling about this Underground Railroad who weren't very trustworthy, but they were going to try to get it out of somebody that they thought knew the secrets. And that's where verse 3 comes in. And the reason it's in the song is to remind the people on the Underground Railroad, don't tell the secrets, don't give it away. So, sing after me. Meet that hypocrite on the street. Meet that hypocrite on the street. First thing he'll do is show his teeth. First thing he'll do is show his teeth. Next thing he'll do is tell a lie. Next thing he'll do is tell a lie. And the best thing to do is pass him by. And the best thing to do is pass him by. Oh, this is loaded with secrets. Let's do it one more time, okay? Please sing after me because it's really important that you get this. I'm going to go first. Meet that hypocrite on the street. First thing he'll do is show his teeth. First thing he'll do is show his teeth. Next thing he'll do is tell a lie. And the best thing to do is pass him by. And the best thing to do is pass him by. Let's sing the refrain. Again, you're going to be my echo. Oh, let me fly. I'm sorry. Now let me fly.
Now let me fly.
Now let me fly.
Now let me fly.
Now let me fly unto Mount Zion, Lord, Lord. And we end with the claps. So let's do the claps one more time and then we'll decode the last verse. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good job, everybody. All right, let's go to that chart now. You probably know what a hypocrite means. It's somebody who says one thing and does the complete opposite. It's an untrustful person. So it's a warning. You might meet that hypocrite on the street. So that's somebody who wants to know the secrets. That goes over in the last column. Someone who wants to know the secrets. And you know why they wanted to know the secrets? Because there were rewards for capturing escaping slaves. Big ones. There was a $10,000 reward for anybody who captured Harriet Tubman, the conductor. And there were some slaves who would rat each other out if they could, just to get that money. So, meet that hypocrite on the street. First thing he'll do is show his teeth. He'll smile at you. He'll pretend to be your friend. Oh, it's been so long since I've seen you. How have you been? I've missed you. Oh my gosh, we're such good friends. It's just been such a long time. Don't believe it for a second. Okay? So to show his teeth, smile. But again, pretending to be trustworthy. Pretending to be your friend. The first thing he'll do is tell a lie. Again, he'll fake being your friend. Oh, you can trust me. We've known each other for so long. Listen, I've heard about this Underground Railroad, and I'm dying to get my chance. And you know, you can trust me. You can tell me. I need to know. Please. We've been friends for such a long time. Can't trust him. Can't tell him. Can't tell the secrets or you'll die. And finally, the best thing to do is pass him by. Bye. I don't know any secrets. I don't know what you're talking about, but have a good day. And that's the warning and how to stay safe. So before we end for the day, and we've covered a lot of material today, Let's just go back and let's sing the song one more time. Here we go. From the beginning with the claps. 1, 2, ready, go. 3. 1, 2, 3. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Way down yonder in the middle of the field, angel working on the chariot wheel. Not so particular about working at the wheel, but I just want to see how the chariot feels. Now let me fly.
Now let me fly.
Now let me fly.
Now let me fly.
Now let me fly into Mount Zion, Lord, Lord. I got a mother in the promised land. Ain't gonna stop till I shake her hand. Not so particular about shaking her hand, but I just wanna go up to the promised land. Now let me fly.
Now let me fly.
Now let me fly.
Now let me fly.
Now let me fly into Mount Zion, Lord, Lord. Meet that hypocrite on the street. First thing he'll do is show his teeth. Next thing you do is tell a lie. And the best thing to do is pass him by. Now let me fly.
Now let me fly.
Now let me fly. Now let me fly into Mount Zion, Lord, Lord. Claps. One more time. Great. I can't wait till next time till we unlock a few more of the secrets of one of the most fascinating parts of American history. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful week, a magical musical one. Stay home, stay safe. Bye.